People starting out, listen up. Get your boundaries straight before you start because you gotta start the way you want to finish.
She said it was the best money she's ever spent. And she was like, I feel like I have some like really good goals and like really good recommendations that I can go either back to the nurse practitioner or to a
Mhm.
new doctor to say, like, this is what I want to deal with. I have hired so many people in my life that I do now have a pretty good sense of like whether somebody's a creep or not.
Welcome to DPC Life, the podcast where independent doctors share real stories, bold ideas, and the freedom of doing medicine on your own terms. I'm your host, Dr. Ann Gonzalez, and together we'll explore the wins, the struggles, and everything in between. Let's dive in. I'm back today with my awesome partner, Dr. Rachel Kelly, internal medicine and obesity medicine double boarded. And we've talked before a couple times. First time we talked about kind of where we came from, how we started, and then we did episode on aesthetics. And then I think it'd be fun to do this like every month or so, just to kind of give a practice update, like what are we doing? Where are we? And then there's some topics that we wanted to talk about, things like EMRs and other stuff. You had some ideas.
Yeah. We really wanted to kind of hit on some stuff that we really struggled with in the first couple of years. There are a lot of things that you can buy the books and you can buy the like how to set up a DPC. And those are great. They're great. And they give you lots of like, I don't know, 20,000 feet kind of ideas. They give you like the best idea about what DPC is, like the whole theory and everything behind it. But when when you get down to like the nitty-gritty, that's the stuff where we really struggled at times.
Mm.
The
This, yeah,
EMR was a really good example of that.
yeah. It's hard when you don't, until you're in it, you can read about it when it seems fine. And then,
Hmm.
then once you're in it, then there's stuff that comes up that you just don't expect is going to come up. And so that's,
Yeah.
that's where it gets hard. But well, let's do a quick practice update first, and then let's maybe go into EMRs. How about that?
Hmm.
So last time we talked, we were about to hire a nurse practitioner. And yeah, so she's onboarded. She's coming once a week right now just to kind of onboard some patients because she's still working out her fee-for-service job, her other job. Unfortunately for the other practice, they never actually did a contract with her. Not really sure
Haha.
why. That just seems I don't know, unheard of
Who
to
knows?
me.
Totally, yeah. Well, I don't know why, like
Yeah.
what causes people to do things they do.
Yeah. But anyway, so she didn't really have a contract. So it's very nice of her to say, I will work 2 months and then leave. That was pretty
Yeah.
gracious. He wanted her to work 6 months.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah. So a real quick thing about hiring. So a lot of our DPC friends like just jump right in with the hiring. They like hire a nurse practitioner, hire a nurse, hire all these people.
Yeah, office manager, even assistant.
Yeah, all the people.
Yeah.
And we have been like super resistant to like the concept of hiring people. I think for me, it was really like multifaceted, like why I'm so stressed out about hiring people. So in my previous life, I hired lots of people all the time, sometimes good, sometimes bad. I understand how hard it is to find like really good, solid people who like
Hmm.
vibe with you and
Yeah.
get kind of life views. And I
Yeah.
think that's really
Yeah.
important when you have a small practice.
Hmm.
The second is like, what do you do when somebody just quits? Because especially with like a provider, whether you're talking about a doctor or an ACP, like that's not somebody you can just hire like another one of quickly.
Hmm.
And I mean, a nurse, yes, like there are lots of nurses around. Somebody was asking us this morning, apparently, at the young professionals thing,
Oh,
if we were
yeah.
hiring a nurse. There are a lot of people, like a lot of nurses around looking for jobs, so that's a little bit easier to hire. But, we've really sat and contemplated for a long time about whether we wanted to hire a doctor, hire a nurse practitioner, or what we're going to do. And finally, Karen, who is who we already worked with, like we already know her,
Yeah, I mean, I worked with
became,
her for like 6 years.
yeah. So like she's not, and I think that honestly, I don't think we would have hired anybody unless unless it was somebody we had worked with,
Yeah, yeah. The
you
thought of
know.
hiring someone completely unknown was that was stressful. And when Karen
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, what about me? Am I chopped liver? Like, why don't you what about
I didn't
me?"
even think that she would want to like come and work with us. Like honestly, I never asked her because I just didn't think she wanted to.
I
I
know,
thought
I
she was
know.
very
Yeah, she
but I
seemed, I
think that's
mean,
kind of proud.
yeah, yeah, but no, I'm so
You
glad.
know, right, right. And for people who are in a weird market like we are, trying to onboard a new provider, like it's very stressful. I would put the money into the advertising, even if you like don't really have the money, because you really want to like get them front loaded and you really want to get them
Hmm.
busy because those
Hmm.
people will tell other people and that word of mouth is really going to pick up. So,
Yeah. Yeah, so right now we've got some ads going and then we're emailing like our old patient list and just telling them, hey, if you don't want to come, fine, but if you know someone who might need a doctor who
yeah.
maybe they don't have insurance and they need something. So, yeah, trying to
Or
use our
they're
network.
unhappy with the current situation and they want it's one thing that even compared to like when we came into DPC, and the the climate has changed a lot in
Yeah,
fee for service, even
really.
in
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, my mother the other day was like had a UTI and her doctor like was never even asked about what to do with that. The front office staff just sent like told her two different times just to go to the urgent care.
Wow.
And yeah, and I was like, that is such a waste of resources, first of all. It's a waste of like everyone's time. And it is, and the doctor, I spoke to the doctor and she
She
was
had no
like,
idea.
no, absolutely no idea. And she was like, this front office person's been sending my
Hmm.
patients to urgent care and without me knowing it. And I
Hmm.
think that that is such a like typical situation in fee for service, especially like these hospital owned practices where you
Yeah.
have no control over your staff. And I think it's gotten really, really bad. And
Hmm.
patients are very unhappy and they
Yeah.
don't like the fact that they can never, ever talk to their doctor about anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You just had a new patient come in. She came in because she wanted a cardiometabolic evaluation, right?
Yeah.
And what
And
did
as
she,
a primary,
yeah.
she was like, I wanted to talk like in depth about my cholesterol and my cardiac risk. She's like, I'm not a spring chicken. She's like, I would like to, I try to do as much as I can, but like, I don't know what my risk is. And we talk about it. And the nurse practitioner I see only basically just tells me like, there's only like this med available. Only statins are available. Only Zetia is available. That's it. And I was like, well, there's like a whole world of new drugs available, first of all, that are really pretty revolutionary drugs that might really suit you a lot better, especially when you're talking about elevations of different things like LPAs and stuff like that, or the small particles. And she was just like, I've never had a conversation with anyone like this. Never had a conversation with a doctor, a nurse practitioner.
Hmm.
This has been really, really helpful
Hmm.
and just explaining things and everything. And I think that's what DPC allows us to do.
Yeah.
It's
Didn't
like
she say
the work
something like,
that we wanted.
this is the best money I've ever spent or something?
She did. She said it was the best money she's ever spent. And she was like, I feel like I have some like really good goals and like really good recommendations that I can go either back to the nurse practitioner or to a
Hmm.
new doctor to say like this is what I want to deal with, this is what my long-term goals are.
Hmm.
And she was like, I just really feel like this is what people want. People
Yeah.
who are really engaged in their healthcare. This is what we want to get out
Yeah.
of our healthcare.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah, someone on the Facebook groups was talking about just the other day, like, should you do one-off visits? And at first I was thinking no, because I was thinking of like, oh, you have a cold. Can I see you just for a cold or like a UTI or something like that? But now I think about this kind of visit, like if you have a specific kind, like a specialized type, focused kind of consult, just like a cardiometabolic visit, perimenopause, menopause evaluation, kind of something that is really more of consultant,
Yeah.
then yeah, so bring them in. They see how it works. You talk to them about DPC. And then, like, this patient is going to sign up, I think, even her husband, right? At least that's the plan right now.
The patient's, I think, going to sign up for the
Yeah.
practice,
Yeah, for
actually,
DPC. Mm-hmm.
for DPC. Yeah, we've talked about this like a lot previously, okay? And being an internist, doing obesity medicine, I have you being a geriatrician, like technically we are specialists, but it's like really hard for us to get our heads around that. The concept of doing consults,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But because I oftentimes will like downplay my expertise and be like, just primary care doctor. But I mean, like I'm an internist. I mean, like
Yeah.
I have a
Like, you
lot
know
of
a ton of
training in
stuff.
specialty. And then all the training that I've done since I finished my residency with women's health, with obesity, with lipids, with all this stuff. And I have found, especially because of the fact that there are so many ACPs working independently now in the outpatient setting,
Mm-hmm.
that we have a place kind of in the intermediary between that group and the subspecialists.
Right.
And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, at least around here, to see a subspecialist right now, especially in somebody who has stuff that, like, as an internist, I would normally deal with by myself, these people are spending 5, 6 months waiting to see the cardiologists, to see the endocrinologists.
Hmm. Yeah.
And these are things that, like, this is not like I need a stress test. This is
Right.
like cholesterol,
Yeah.
blood pressure. I
Yeah.
mean, this is like basic
I mean, it's
stuff.
very
And
primary care. Yeah.
it's very primary care. And there are people who would love to just, I've had a couple of people just want a second opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and which has been a really interesting experience. And I love doing consults now. I'm
Yeah.
really getting into it. Like, because it allows me, normally like the person I saw who wanted a second opinion, I saw her and then we had a second visit because I was like, I need to go back and like read all the literature and really like get up to date specifically with this topic that we were talking about. And it was a topic that's like in my realm. It's not like I'm treating people's
Mm-hmm.
rheumatoid arthritis or something, but it was definitely something in my realm. But I was like, I want to really make sure before I give you like my end recommendations that I'm like tip top.
Yeah.
So I came back and I like gave her my recommendations and I told her exactly why and this is the data and these are the studies and she was like really like this is very helpful. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. I did give her the name of a subspecialist who deals just with what she was dealing with. And that's really cool that those people exist now because of telemedicine too.
Sure. Yeah.
That this person's in New York and she
Right.
can like have a visit and talk about
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
very deep thing with that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Which
So,
previously that would require going to New York and getting an appointment, which would take months. And
right.
it's very cool. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very telemedicine has really like really opened up the world if you're willing to steer the patients in the right direction
Right.
to
Yeah.
those specialists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay. Well, yeah, it's very good. Yeah. So, what else is going on in the practice? We got a new office manager.
She's so great.
She is fantastic.
Yeah.
And we love our previous office manager that left us. Can't replace her really, but our new office manager is just, yeah, I know. We've been very, very lucky in that sense.
We have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been.
And you were talking about the kind of reluctance to hiring people. Now I'm just like, yeah, let's hire everyone.
Seriously. I think I have hired so many people in my life that I do now have a pretty good sense of like whether somebody's a creep or not.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Mm-hmm.
course, I mean, there are going to be people who trick us.
You fool
But
you, yeah.
I think like earlier in your career, it's hard because you
Mm-hmm.
like really want to believe that everybody's a good worker,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I now we're kind of at the age where we're like,
We know stuff.
we know stuff.
Yeah, yeah. When you're 20, 30, you're pretty naive about some stuff sometimes. And yeah, yeah, we've
Yeah.
seen stuff. So let's see what else. I think those are the big things right now. Yeah,
Yeah. I think
yeah.
things are going okay. We're really like trying hard to onboard patients for our nurse practitioner. We're really
Mm-hmm.
trying to build the aesthetics practice as usual, like we always
Per usual.
per use.
Yeah, but aesthetics, it's actually right now, it's a good time for both aesthetics and DPC because one, it's laser season. So aesthetics, great time, great time. Laser season is my favorite time of the year, right? And then for DPC, it's open enrollment almost.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, wait, I have to show you this. This is new. My new t-shirt. So can't really see.
Oh, I love that.
November 1st. I think that's the date of open enrollment starting, and that's why Dr. Ferrego picked that day. I can't remember if that's right, but yeah,
That's a good day to do that.
I know. Hmm.
This year may be a very weird year too because of the ACA subsidies going away possibly. And I don't know how that's going to work out,
Hmm.
honestly.
Yeah. And
At
then
least
with the ability to use HSAs for
yeah,
DPC
good
in
point. Yeah.
January.
So it's been weird because it's always been like this gray area. And I've always had patients who are like, I don't care. I'll use it. And then the HSA will be fine. I mean, I've had patients literally pay for talks with their HSA, and their HSA is never a thing about it. Like, so, but one thing I am noticing in the like aesthetic sphere, a lot of companies are now saying, like all the red light companies and all the like sauna companies, they
Oh
are
yeah.
all say you can
Yeah,
use HSAs for all
you
this.
can. Hmm.
So they've really opened up, what you can use that money for
Yeah.
in the healthcare space. So it's really nice that they've included us
Hmm.
in that.
Hmm. Yeah, so if people haven't looked at this before, there's a whole website. I think it's called HSA something. I don't know, but if you Google it, you can find it. It's a whole website with all these kinds of products and things that you can use your HSA for, like sunscreen, the red lights, heating
Yeah.
pads. I mean, stuff that I was like, oh wow, you can use. I need to get my card out and start buying some of this stuff.
I know. My sister was telling me she's going to buy a sauna, like an infrared sauna with
For
her
real?
HSA.
Holy
Yes.
cow.
Yeah.
Nice.
She said there's one at Costco that she's going to get.
She,
Amazing.
oh my gosh, that's too funny. So, yeah, so then what else? There was one other thing I was thinking about and it just flew out of my head. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of the practice update. Anything else
Do we
about the
want to talk
practice?
about EMRs
Yeah,
real
let's
quick
okay,
or
let's talk about our twisty journey with EMRs. Yeah.
so we how many EMRs have you used in your life, would you say?
I've only had a couple of jobs, thank God, knock on wood, right? Let's see. In residency, I had one,
And
and
you guys were not on EMR when you were in med or residency, right?
in
Did you have paper
residency,
charts or
we were, no, we were EMR. But it was, yeah, it was EMR, but it was like we were dictating.
okay.
But then some of the places where we rotated were still paper charts for sure. And so
Oh,
that was, I think
yeah.
that was practice partner. And then when I went to my first job here, I think that was also actually, I think they also used practice partner.
Oh,
Yeah, which was weird. It was kind of nice to just ease into that. And then at our last practice, we had two different, started with one, changed over to Athena, then Atlas, and then
okay.
Cerbo. So like five, maybe. You must have had more.
Maybe five. So I did a bunch of rotations in medical school at different places,
Mm-hmm.
different
Those, yeah.
universities.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, so we were like, we kind of had a sort of a paper-ish dictating EMR when I was in medical school at my hospital, but like
Mm-hmm.
then we went and I think I used Epic then, and then there was one that I can't remember the name of it that isn't nobody even uses anymore. My residency used something called Orb, and then they got rid of that and started using Epic there. And then I we were on Cerner.
Mm-hmm.
I've used Athena, Centricity. So like, yeah, I've used like a ton of EMRs, okay?
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed about the DPC EMRs versus the like big, what I would call a big box EMR,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Athena or Centricity for the outpatient in the outpatient is DPC EMRs are built for doctors and the fee for service are built for administrators.
Yeah.
And
Insurance.
so
Yeah,
they're like
definitely.
inherently difficult for doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first thing that like really I was like shocked about. Okay. But the first EMR we had in DPC, I felt like it was this exercise in total rejection of mainstream. And it was
Yeah.
so pared down that
And we
I was
can
like,
say
this
what
is
we did. We
almost
used
harder to
Atlas.
use
Yeah. Yeah.
Atlas, yeah. It
Yeah.
was like almost harder than using Athena because like it had no utility, like of any kind. So
I,
so
I
you
think
had to
it definitely it takes the right person, right? For that, like
yes.
if you like simple,
Yeah.
it works. It absolutely works. And it's very cut dried. It's really no frill, right? And if
I think
that's
my
how you are,
husband would want it. Yeah.
yeah,
Like I think my husband would, he is a doctor as well. I think he would look at it and be like, this is exactly what I want.
right.
No
Yes.
real, like
Hmm.
to the point.
Hmm.
But I kind of was like, I think I needed some stuff, just a little.
I am a
So
little bit of a
finding a
princess, so I need a little.
I need some, like, I found it, like, I can't remember anything.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
remember anything.
Yeah.
I can't remember to do things.
Hmm.
I need, I
Reminders.
need a portal. I need a
Yeah.
reminders. I need
Yeah.
a portal. I need like other things,
Hmm.
because I am absent-minded and busy and like way too busy. So we had to find a middle ground, don't you think?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the portal, we mentioned before, the portal was really nice because it did take a lot of stuff off our phones, the texting, which was really good. That was a good thing.
Because we don't have a So if you have a nurse in your office, someone who like is the person between you and the patients, like I don't think it matters then. They can
Hmm.
text whatever number you give them and the nurse can deal with
Hmm.
that, send stuff to you. But when
Hmm.
it's just like you, your office manager, patients, it was so
It
overwhelming.
was. And our office manager was only 1 day a week at that time.
Yes.
So it was basically us most of the time.
And I think first year, it was almost like full burnout first year because it was just this constant barrage of patients
Hmm.
contacting us for stuff, like
And that's,
directly,
yeah, that may have been partly our fault too, because of boundaries.
none boundaries. No boundaries of any kind.
So yeah, it's starting out, people starting out, listen up, get your boundaries straight before you start because you gotta start the way you want to finish. If you want people talking to you
Yeah.
all the time and texting you constantly, go right ahead. But if you don't want that, don't do it from the beginning.
Right. And I think that one of the things that people don't realize when they have a medical assistant or a nurse at a fee-for-service office is how often people call the office and how
Hmm.
often they want something
Yeah.
because so much of it is done by your medical assistant and you're sort of like blown away by the amount of stuff and
Right.
it becomes extremely overwhelming if you don't have a system to deal with it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's one thing I would tell people like right off the bat. You have to understand that there used to be a person who dealt with your patients
Hmm.
90% of the time, and you got
Yeah.
10.
One weird thing that I had no idea is like so many people come on the wrong day or at the wrong times.
So much.
And I had no idea because we were in the back and somebody else would have to tell them, no, your appointment is tomorrow, or it was
Complete.
yesterday, or like it's at 5 or
Yeah,
4 instead of 2 or whatever, that it just,
right.
and
It's
people,
amazing. And when we implemented the text message reminders,
yeah,
like that whole thing, that has helped a lot.
it
Because
has
people are
helped.
like, oh, no, that's not the right day.
Mm,
And so then they have to
yeah,
call.
yeah. It
Um,
still happens though.
we don't, it still happens. Still happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. So I think even more important than like picking the right EMR is like making sure that like you understand right off the bat, what kind of person you are and what your needs are.
Hmm.
And that's really hard to figure out early.
It is because you've never had the more basic DPC EMR versus fee for
Yeah.
service EMR. So, I mean, I agree. Didn't realize. So we went from Atlas to Cerbo. We looked at Arrow DPC, which at that time was actually transitioning from Arrow to Hint. And so I think it was just, it's had some growing pains, and we thought it's made us a little bit wary of that. So we decided to go with Cerbo, which had a portal, which was really, really nice. And it is, I will say, it's more expensive for sure. And it's got a lot more stuff. And so people who don't want all that stuff, Atlas works perfectly. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with Atlas. I'm not trying to say don't. It does a lot of good
Yeah.
things,
No,
but
exactly.
we just felt like we needed more structure, I would
Yeah.
say, more structure. The reminders are really good. The ability to send, I can't remember now if Atlas does text reminders for appointments. Cerbo will send an email. You can time it. You can time it either you want it to go, well, there's an immediate confirmation, then an email 1 to 2 days beforehand, or you can send it a week ahead of time. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want, you just make it the time you want. And
Yeah.
then the text. And the text we changed, we used to do it like 2 days ahead, then we did it one day ahead, and now we do it a couple hours ahead of the appointment because 2 days ahead, one day, it's still too early.
Yeah. No one remembers even then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think generally, like we hemmed and hawed about this portal situation. I remember the
Yeah.
conversations we had where we would be like, are
Do
our
we need
patient,
it?
yeah, do we need it? Is
Yeah.
it, will our elderly patients use the portal? But they like really
They love it.
love the portal. And I
Hmm.
am really surprised that, first of all, Servo's portal is pretty easy to use. Okay,
Hmm.
I'll say that. It's very simple. It's not like ultra complicated like some portals I've been in. Like I have my doctors at UNC Health, and the portal is like, meh, it's like not very, I'm not gonna lie. There's too many buttons. It's like very
Yeah.
busy. This one is like very pared down.
Yeah.
It's very
Very simple.
easy,
Hmm.
very, very simple to like send a note. And it's very easy on our side of things to respond, which is really important for me because it's like inside of the EMR. I thought when we were on Athena, the portal was cumbersome for on
Hmm.
our side,
Hmm.
difficult
Hmm.
to respond, and there were like too many options on how to respond. Like
Hmm.
I feel
Hmm.
like it just needs to be like respond or don't respond. Like also I love on Cerbos where you can redirect, like you can respond to your medical assistant,
Right. Yeah. Make it a
like to
task.
do
Yeah.
something, yeah, like a task
Just move it
inside of the
over.
portal.
Yeah.
Like I love that. And
Yeah.
I didn't used to use it, but it is like very, very helpful.
Hmm.
Now, I do think that there are too many like task things across the top. Like I don't understand what some of them are for. There's like I don't know,
Yeah.
standing
Yeah. 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 There's a couple things that
other
it's kind
tasks,
of, you have to have
seen that.
your system of how you want to use them. That's definitely like when you said you need to know yourself. Yeah. You want to start out trying to have some sort of system of how to deal with things.
Yeah. The sending prescriptions was trickier in Atlas.
Right. Yeah. Because you had to fax them.
That is very much like a, I don't like that. And then you
Hmm.
had to have like a separate thing in order to send anything that was controlled. And
Right.
I
Hmm.
can't do that. I like the fact that this is hooked up to SureScripts. You
Hmm.
can so they have all the meds in there. It's like being sent correctly, the same exact system as all the pharmacies.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
can send electronic back to you, which
Hmm.
I'm like very much of the opinion that I would love to get rid of faxing 100%. Like I wish it was all gone from medicine.
Yeah, I don't
We
know
get like
about
1,000 faxes a day of
and
nonsense.
no, and we get charged for it too, which sucks.
We get charged.
For junk facts too. Yeah. Not cool. Not cool, people. But yeah, so EMRs, there's a bunch of new ones now. Acute.
Are
Now,
there?
yeah, Arrow is now Hint Health, Sigma MD, and then Elation. Forgot about Elation. That's been around for a while.
We've known
And
people who have used Elation
I
and
liked it.
liked it.
Hmm.
Every so often, I'm like, maybe we should get a new EMR.
Oh my God.
But it's
Don't
like so
don't
much
say
work.
that. It's like moving.
So much. They're
Please, no.
right. And in order to be competitive, these companies have to start integrating more. So every year they like try to integrate something into the EMR. Like I would love for them to, what's the th thing that we do
Oh,
like
Freed?
Spruce or
Oh, Spruce. Spruce. Hmm. To be
so it would
integrated.
be great if like something like Spruce was integrated, but Freed is integrated with all of the cloud-based
Yeah, you
EMRs
can
now.
push it now. Yeah. I
So
think Atlas has AI integrated in it now, which is pretty cool.
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so like very cool plug for Atlas. And
Hmm.
that when I think that Atlas has made a lot of changes
Hmm.
to make it an easier EMR to
Yeah.
use.
And Atlas, I would say their customer service, great. They
It was
always messaged like almost
100%.
immediately, like, do you guys even sleep?
Seriously. I was like, that guy doesn't, and it's like the same guy. He's like
Yeah,
always
yeah.
awake.
Yay, Kirk. Yay, Kirk.
Yay, Kirk. Yeah, I think that we probably would have stayed on Atlas had it had a portal,
I think so.
like
Yeah.
or a portal option. I think we
Hmm.
probably because that was really what we 100% needed at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they might have, and they were about to start
Uh,
some sort of portal-ish something. Well, that's a pretty good review of EMRs. If anyone has questions about EMR, we can tell you a whole bunch about them. So if anyone has questions, you can put them in the comments and or message
yeah.
us. Glad to talk more about it. Thank you so much. We'll do this again.
Thank you for listening to DPC Life. If today's conversation inspired you, hit follow, leave a review, and share it with a friend who's ready for change. Remember, wherever you are in the journey, your DPC family has your back. Until next time, keep building a practice and a life that truly fits you. This show is brought to you by DPC Ads in Minutes and Harmony Ops Health, helping independent doctors like you grow and thrive.